runs the recirculation system. It is a variable speed pump, and I've got it set basically, and I'll put a, well, I don't have any stickers with me, but basically run it on speed 2 and it'll get you your desired flow rate, which is 50 gallons a minute. We may have to flush the filter here in a minute. And it flows through the filter. You've got different, you can turn this valve to drain the tank. You don't need this one on this unit. And this valve is the main suction that pulls water from the bottom of the tank. When it's running, it flows through, goes in the top of the sand filter, pushes water through the sand bed, comes out the bottom, and then flows out to the UV system, and then ultimately through here and out back to the tank.
Okay, so if it's not doing 50 gallons per minute, how do I adjust that?
So right now you're at 50. You got to read the Schedule 40 scale.
Okay.
So you wouldn't adjust this, but if it was getting lower, most likely it's because the filter is becoming clogged. So we'll back flush it. But should you need to change the speed, just run it on speed 2. But you can change the speed right here. Just lower the RPMs or raise the RPMs.
How do you back flush it?
We're going to go through that here in just a second.
Okay.
Your chemical controller will monitor the pH and chlorine levels, or it monitors ORP levels. It's oxidation reduction potential, and it has a rough correlation to chlorine level. I've got it right now. It's set for a minimum 7.5 pH. What's the code here in Georgia?
You want to be between 7.2 and 7.8.
So 7.5 is good as a target. All right. And do you know if there's an ORP code target?
I'm not sure. It depends on your system.
Let me see what this is set at.
You say 7.5?
I'll raise it to 725. CDC says 650 kills bacteria. So anything above that, you're already at 765, so you're in a good position there. You can, if you want, to test when you do your water testing, you can either get it from the tank, or you can open this and take some water out. That just ends up making the thing messy. I recommend just grab it from the tank. Test your water. I've got both these pumps set to 10 maximum flow, because that will electrically turn these on or off as needed. So it's better if it sends the most dosage, and then the controller will just turn it on or off when it calls for chlorine or acid. Questions yet?
Making notes.
So you've got a receptacle down there, which is just an extra unit if you want to plug in a vacuum or anything else. This outlet is interlocked, so if the pump stops running, that will die, because you can't run chlorine and acid into a still column of water. Okay? It turns into mustard gas. And then, so if the pump stops flowing or stops running, the motor stops running, that'll turn off.
And then what?
Problem solved. You got to figure out what the problem is.
I call
But a
you.
lot of people go and plug that into a live outlet, and you're not fixing the problem. You're just making the problem
Yeah,
worse.
no, I call you at that point.
Yeah. Questions to this point so far?
Yep. That's okay.
All right. So when it's time to back flush it,
That's what I think.
you're just going to come over here and hit the stop button, turn the pump off, and you're just going to reverse these 4 valves. That's okay. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
So basically what you can do is you can reverse these, and I got directional arrows. You're just going to turn it
Mm-hmm.
and reverse that, reverse that, and reverse that. So basically what you're doing is, instead of going in the top of the filter, it's going to hit this. It's forcing it in the bottom. It won't allow it to go out to the pool. So it's going to force it out the top and through waste. And it's going to go right into that little line right over there. All right? And you're going to run that until the water becomes clear. So you'll see it turn a little bit dark, and then you run it until the water clears. And when you do that, you want to use the purple button, says clean. It runs the pump at max speed, so that you're forcing water through the system better. and we'll see it starting to flow out of here and out there.
Where's it go from there?
Yep.
Where's that drain lead? to the lake.
It's not good.